So let me explain a little bit about what this does, and why we're using a red light. Can I throw these to you? So this is a form of trance mediumship. We use the red light so that way against the white screen, the idea is ectoplasm, whomever might be talking through me. What I'm doing is I'm kind of, as I explained to Jen, pulling myself to one side, inviting an ascended master, because I'm very fussy who comes in order to deliver a message. So you may see facial features change. You may see what looks like clothing that's not mine. Kind of more like, so picture like if you've seen spirit photography and it looks like hazy, you normally see it that way. It's not like, hey, I have a mustache, you know, but you'll see like a darkness on the face and you can kind of see what it looks like a mustache. When she did one of the channelings, actually two of the channelings, it looked like your eyes were open and you were staring between Diana and me. And I know your eyes were shut, but it had open eyes.
Yeah.
So that's what this is. So I'm gonna go ahead and put myself into a trance and invite an ascended master in. Once I'm in, then you'll be able to ask questions. Okay? Does anyone have any questions for me before I get started? I have no idea what's coming through.
Okay.
So,
I feel like I have an idea.
uh-oh. Does it begin with an M?
Possibly.
Someday. Good evening.
Hello. What is he at?
Mother Mary.
Hi, Mother Mary.
Hello. Hello to each of you, my dear ones. I can feel the tension in the room. I can feel the nervousness as there is a battle going on. And while this information may be shocking, it is something that we have been dealing with for many, many millennia. That's why it's important to stand in love, light, and to connect with the highest, connect with ascended masters and angels. For you are practitioners, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So There will be people who come to you not knowing what's going on with them. And it will be you who has to explain things to them and to share your light with them in order to protect themselves and continue to open up. This is something that will take a lot of energy on your behalf. Ashley and Deanna and Tori, they have been turning themselves inside out to bring this information up, to find out about this information. And yes, some ascended masters, are able to divulge a little more information than others. And while this is not something to be fully fearful of, this is something to be aware of and to keep a keen eye. You, as practitioners, must remain vigilant and continue work on yourselves as you are prime targets. Now, mind you, we are here for you. We work with you all. So we are only a call away. While Ashtar told Deanna and Ashley and Tori that this is a test, it's more than a test. It's going to define the next few years. It's going to define the people, the individuals who are working with the light. Are there questions?
Do you have any messages here for anybody? Do you have any messages for William?
Yes. When you go into the astral, call on your guides to help you with extra protection. This is, as they say, the tip of the iceberg that is coming in. There will be the need to work with illusion magic, which can be very beneficial from not dimming your light, but allowing those that need to see it so they can, and those that shouldn't, buffer it from them. So continue working with your illusion magic, William. There will be a need for it with what is coming up.
Do you have any messages for Jen?
Jen, my dear one, your space that you are looking for is not that far off. Be careful and very choosy with where you decide to lay your groundwork, as there are areas that are more susceptible to darkness than others. So you will need to pay close attention to how you feel and what you sense when looking. There are going to be some areas that look perfectly wonderful, but energetically may not be the best fit because of this. Now, mind you, you will find that some of those areas may put up an illusion of everything being very comfortable and loving and kind, as that is its way of inviting you in, so that way it can tap into energy. Be cognizant of it.
How will she know?
She will feel,
So go by more feeling than looks.
she will feel, she will hear. There will be at least 2 places where everything is perfect, space-wise, contract-wise. But upon visiting and feeling into the energy, it will tell a different story. And when it does, you have your message and you know what to do. As some say, trying to put a round peg in a square hole, it does not work. If you find yourself continuing to push on those sites, they're going to be more attractive to you. But they may be more, as you say, trouble than they're worth.
So will it be hard for her to get the contract if it's not the right space?
She may need to go back and forth with it. It may require a little bit of, as you say, hammering out. I will say this. Watch spaces by the water. That is an area at this time you should avoid.
At this time,
Yes.
what about like 6 months in the future?
Yes.
Still avoid it?
Yes. Yes. We are going to be seeing these times for a while. And while this will become second nature, it's important to prepare yourself and position yourself in the best possible location and with the best possible tools. And energy is being one of them.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my dear.
Anything from Marissa? Of her situation right now?
Ah, yes. Marissa. My dear one. We sometimes find ourselves at an impasse when we want something or we think we want it, and it turns out to be completely different. You will find that you change your roles, you change your locations as a way of starting to disconnect. It's a process, not to be alarmed, but it's a process to allow you to do your purpose work. For you stepped in for the children this year, yes? Yes. That role burns a lot of people out. And before it burns you out, listen to your higher self. What is your higher self telling you? Step back. Then do so. For when you step back, it may feel a little different or unusual, but it's giving you the opportunity, again, to have downtime, to have the time to be able to disconnect slowly with a comfort level so you can do your purpose work.
Can I ask a question for Marissa?
Yes.
Why was she put in that position?
Why are you put in your position? You know. You know. To test. To provide the best possible energy for the kids at that time.
Was she holding space in the school?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Those nights when you'd go home feeling completely drained, now you understand why. Those nights where you felt defeated, now you know why.
She was learning how to hold space on a higher level.
Yes, her energies were being tested so she can broaden her energy, her abilities, her, as you say, bandwidth. Yes.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question? In stepping back, will it be easier for me to hold space?
You will have more time to focus on you. Use this time wisely to help you with your purpose work. For you will find balance. You will find there are elements of this new role that you like. There are some elements that will be a challenge. But know that this will give you the time and the energy that you can dedicate to your purpose work, to help spread more light and love in the world and be an open vessel to people, a shining light to those that need your attention to help them with energetics. Yes.
Justine.
Yes, my dear. What are you panicked about?
My ability to protect the larger space and the community.
Know that how you protect, how Ashley protects, how Tori protects, etc., will all be a little bit different. And while there is no manual, it will be trial and error. And it will be a lot of paying attention to how you feel, what you sense. However, there is a very strong need to be present in the astral. A lot of what goes on now is in the astral. The spillover, as you say, is here on Earth. That's what you are seeing. There will be more spillover. And you will need to be focusing on opening more people up. Provide them the love and the light that they need. Be cautious, yet comfortable with your choices. And know that it's just going to take time. There will be protocols that you start to put in place that will need to be in place for Ashley, for you, for Jen. It's going to be something that is a requirement moving forward. But ask and we will help you. But know that believing in yourself is required. Strengthening your connection with the astral. And being protective of your energy. Discernment, she constantly speaks of discernment, yes?
With practitioners, that's gonna be your biggest problem. Who you have in that space and who's facilitating, because they are gonna be the ones that bring most of the shit in. And like, I'm telling you, there's a lot of people around here who they don't know how to hold space and they don't protect. That's an issue.
That is, and that is why this energy is taking advantage of these individuals. They are, as you might say, an easy mark.
And some people just like to work with anything. And that's an issue too. They'll just work with anything.
And some people don't realize what they're working with.
Right.
You know, the dark side is very tricky.
Very cunning.
It is very cunning. It is very smart. It reels you in. When you are at a moment of least in your, how do you say, throes throes of low points, I guess you could say, that is when it will strike. And if it cannot get to you, it has been known to come to your families. People who might have issues, whether they be medical, whether they be nervous issues. We see so many strong people spiral down. Just know the darkness looks for idiosyncrasies and weaknesses.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is there any particular guidance that I can call on for protection of the space in particular?
I am here to step forward and help you. For Tori always says that the dark side is very afraid of love, and pure light. So having archangels Michael, myself, Metatron, strong individuals who bring in light and love will help you build your foundation. The rest is up to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you, Mary.
Are there any other questions?
I don't think so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are here to help you. Again, while there are some that push you to figure things out on your own, we can step in and assist. However, we want you to be prepared. So my dear ones, I thank you. And I look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi. Who's here?
It is I, Merlin.
Hello, Merlin.
Hello.
What messages do you have for us today? How's the room doing upstairs?
It is underway.
Is it self-cleaning right now?
It is. There are still dragons that need to be brought in though.
Mm-hmm.
And firewalls, as I discussed with Tori, need to be instilled. There's a lot that you can do to protect yourself, to make yourself less of a target.
Would you like to share?
It has to do with the illusion magic. It has to do with cloaking your space. It has to do with cloaking your energy in times of need. It has to do with routinely bringing in dragons, your space's dragons.
Does everybody have dragons?
Yes, multiple. Multiple.
Are you still fighting with Mama?
We have a difference of opinion from time to time. She can think that I'm a little flaky, but that's okay. She stays down here. I have upstairs.
Yeah, you have a whole room.
I do, thank you. It's comfortable.
Yeah, I know.
It
It's
is.
my model furniture.
Mhm. It's very close to being done.
Oh, it's not done yet.
We shall see.
Okay.
For now, focus on what you need to focus on. That's all. There's a need for a lot of mental discipline to be able to focus on this illusion magic. This will require you going deep within, new ways of going into the astral.
Can you explain that?
Yes. Going into the astral has more than one entrance. There are back doors. And while they may be hard to find, They are important to know, as there will be a lot of training for you to handle what's going on in the astral.
Are you gonna be doing this training through Tori?
Yes. This is something that she needs to focus on. She needs to bring in the dragons. She needs to bring in the mental discipline and help people learn how to focus. She uses the phrase airy fairy or fluffy bunny. That needs to change. For those are going to be the ones that have, or I should say, feel it more with what is coming in.
What do you mean by that?
People who not know what they're doing or not know who they're speaking with. There is a need to really vet who you work with, not only here, but also in the astral. There is a need to vet who you have work in your space, not only here, but also in the astral. Ashley has me here. Deanna has Mama here. Ashley also has, well, we know.
Is he like watching you too?
Yes.
So Ashtar stands to the side to make sure that they don't tell us things that we're not supposed to know, because apparently that's been an issue.
Yes.
He even tells you what to do?
He tries. Luckily, I go to the beat of my own drum and get my point across in a creative manner.
Well, I feel like you're very whimsical and in your own little world.
Yes, I think Mama called it flaky.
What messages do you have for this group in particular?
Now is the time to prepare. Now is the time to really establish your protocols working in the astral and here. Focus on cloaking, focus on protection, focus on protecting your space, your family. For things will need to be adapted as you work along the way. It's not a, let's set up a perimeter, as you might say. Done? No, never done.
Right? You guys don't ever let us rest.
These girls are put through a lot by Ashtar. But they are up to the challenge. There may be days that they feel they are not. There may be days they're in tears. But they are put here for a purpose. To train you. And for you to train other people. And so on to defeat the darkness.
You were talking about the mental stuff, mental discipline.
Yes.
Is that energy feeding off of people's worries, things like that?
Yes. If it can create anxiety, it's a feeding opportunity. Whether it be grief, fear, anger, sadness. Pay attention to your emotions. Pay attention to the emotions around you. You are all empaths, yes? Prime source.
Is that why when, before the energy creeped in, I felt it all in my upper body, not in my body?
It was trying to attach to your upper chakras, trying to link in on any of the ones that it could.
Else? Anything else?
No, not at this moment.
Does anybody have any questions for Merlin?
The back doors, like astral,
Yes.
how do you get those?
That is something that I can work with you, maybe in dream or in meditation. There is no written roadmap. Or sometimes these back doors are kind of like wormholes that move around. But knowing how to locate them is still very important.
So basically, they're not always gonna be the same doors, right? And there's no protocol, because if there was, then they would
Right.
figure out how to get in them.
Right, and this darkness is watching sometimes the front doors.
Right.
That's why the back doors are important.
Right, it feels like to me, like what you're saying is you're not gonna be able to find the back doors if you're not like in tune to the energy of them.
And if you are out of kilter, out of balance, not grounded, not anchored, then you're not going to find them. My advice is to focus on grounding and anchoring, fine-tuning your intuition, fine-tuning your mental discipline. In order to start the process to learn about the back doors and work with them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Dragons,
What about them?
I'm just repeating because you keep talking about dragons.
Yes.
You know, the first time Jen gave me a reading, she told me that there were dragons. You remember that?
Of course I remember that, here we are.
I know.
It's very interesting, huh?
Yeah.
You know, Tori, I was working with Tori over the weekend, and she actually set up a firewall for you to prevent this energy from being able to peer in. And if it still continued to try and get in, different layers to catch it.
Yeah, what the thing with fire is it goes out, right?
Not necessarily, not this fire.
Okay.
Where there are times when you need to work with threes.
Well, we do that here.
That's no coincidence.
And that's how it was before too, in the other space, but it was two other people. So you guys always send me what I need, right?
3 firewalls, 3 layers. You, Tori, Deanna. It's not a coincidence.
I know.
Focus on the 3s. 3 dragons. Focus on the 3s. I'm going to leave it at that. That's something for you to think about. And as Ashley would say, take into meditation, but focus on the 3s.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi.
How was that doing in front of a bunch of people?
Not bad,
Yeah.
not bad. Anyone have any questions for me? Not too bad. Because I wasn't sure exactly how this would work with having people in the room.
Yeah.
Could you actually see stuff changing?
I feel like when Merlin came in, your face changed. Yeah. Definitely. I think too, we're used to doing it upstairs, so like it's a different vibe down here too.
Mm-hmm.
Plus you have people watching, so it's different. I know that's gotta be like different.
It is. But it's not awful. So, okay. Ready?
I don't know. I don't know if I wanna do it.
Thank you, Tori.
You want me to repeat?
It's nerve wracking doing this. I guess, let me wish I come out.
Yeah, I can hear you chomping on. Want me to count you down?
Oh, yeah.
You want to take off your sunglasses or you want them in my pen? You tell me when you're ready.
Give me a minute. Okay.
Take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in, filling your lungs and breathing. Take another deep breath in, filling in with white light and a golden light around you. Out. And one more third good breath in, filling your entire aura. And breathing at your own natural pace. Feel calming relaxation move down through your body, down through your limbs, down through your legs, and feel roots sprouting from your feet and the base of your spine. These roots run deep, and they anchor you and they ground you. Wrapping around a crystal in the very center of the earth, feeling protected and nurtured. We call in the archangels to stay close to you. We call in Michael and Metatron, Mother Mary, Ashtar, Mary Magdalene, to stay close to you, only allowing that the brightest, the whitest of light, with messages that are healing and helping step forward. As Ashley pulls herself to one side, and allowing the ascended master to step forward to use Ashley as a vessel for us to communicate with.
Hello.
Welcome. What is your name?
Ashtar.
Hello, Ashtar.
Hi.
Thank you for stepping forward. What is your message for us this evening?
What do you want to know?
Good question. Is the space upstairs finally clear and clean?
Needs more work.
Okay. Will Ashley and Deanna know what needs to be done?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you.
What else?
We have practitioners here. who
I see
are
them.
Learning about what is going on energetically. So I'm asking what you might be able to tell them firsthand of what we are dealing with.
Well, as you all know, there is a lot of energetic interference. The old world is dissolving, and the two energies are being split as to where humans want to reside. Choices are being made, and you are all here to help people make choices that connect with their soul's work, their soul's mission, and their purpose. It also has to do with what people feel they are going to learn the most from. So it is not your responsibility to drag them to one side.
What would be best for some of our practitioners that are here to go about protecting their space?
Be vigilant. Anchor your energy signature in. The biggest part of protection is belief and understanding why you're here and your contract. Every space holds a different frequency. When you align with the correct frequency, the connection becomes stronger, if that makes sense.
And should these practitioners, when working with new people, should they take a different approach?
Everybody should take a different approach. It has to do with what aligns with them.
Also.
I'm not understanding your question.
Okay, then let's get back to move on. Does anyone have any questions for Ashtar? I have a question for you. Can you talk a little bit more about this energy tying in with waterways?
It has a lot to do with old energies awakening. Energies need to come to the surface in order for humanity to understand and to go to the next levels of development. There are also a lot of underground bases, and they are being exposed and removed.
Are there certain areas that we should be more careful of here?
The energies are going to move in and out really quick. So one area will not be as affected for a certain amount of time as other areas. The energies will interchange constantly. It'll be a constant shift and change.
Okay. What is the best way for us to raise our vibration to work against this energy?
Believe in your abilities. Also tapping into the energies that you've worked with in other lifetimes and getting familiar with your galactic lineage, your ancestors, and the ascended masters. If any of those links are weak, it is going to allow energies to move into the frequency. You also have to figure out what is your strongest link and work with that, but continue to move back and forth between each other link
So with Ashley, she disconnected from her ancestors for a while, which did make her weak in certain areas.
Is there anything that Jen should know?
Yes. I have been connecting with you. I do give you your space because I don't want to be overbearing. And I will continue to work with you as you choose to work with me. I do not chase anybody to work with me, but you have worked with me in many other lifetimes. And we are working well together currently. I feel at times you may be intimidated by my energy and my presence. And that is when I tend to back off and allow you to have your space. But there are a lot of galactic beings that would like to work and connect with you. Your strongest link is most certainly your galactic lineage. With Marissa, her strongest link is the angelic realm. With Justine, her strongest link is the ascended master realm. I would say that William, strongest link is the ascended master and galactic. With you, Tori, your strongest link is ascended master.
Thank you. Anyone here have questions?
How can we get people to help like discipline their own mind more?
Well, that's a good question. How do you discipline your own mind? Figuring out ways that you work within that with your soul aligned clients, you will understand how to help them discipline themselves. So taking note as to how you discipline within you will help the people that are attracted to working with you. That is why many practitioners are needed on the planet, because everyone works differently. Everyone also activates. So you can activate a client, but they may not be a soul aligned client. They're going to end up moving to somebody else. You're simply activating them and awakening them, unlocking them, and then they will move to who they need to move to. So that is how a lot of these things work. There is a lot of lack and scarcity in the spiritual field. It is to create tension. It is to make people dislike each other. Within this tension, the links are weak, and that is when the dark will slip in and begin to manipulate. You all need to work together. Everyone in this room will continue to work together, regardless of whether you're in this group or not. Keeping alliances strong are very important during these times. Also, honesty and trust is very important during these times. Being open and honest will create the strongest links and connect you all to the highest frequencies. Within that, you will ground and anchor in and know in which way, in which momentum you need to go. Discipline is not welcomed on this planet. There are forms of discipline that humans think are helping each other, but they are keeping people enslaved and caged. Their souls cannot move, their souls cannot expand. True discipline helps you evolve. So you take all of the aspects within yourself as to how you are evolving and creating that discipline within your life, and you share it with your community.
So it's a matter of walking your talk.
Experience is very important in this field. That's why you forget everything when you incarnate.
Anybody else? So Merlin just suggested learning about how to work with the back doors to the astral. Do you have any suggestions with that?
No,
Figure it out on your own, huh? That's what I thought.
work with Merlin. That's not my forte. What else?
Commander Ashtar, I have a question. So are you saying the earth at some point will split? Is that what you said?
It's splitting currently.
Splitting currently.
The realities are currently splitting. Sometimes you may feel yourselves pulling back and going into the 3D. What you're actually doing is connecting to people that need to be awakened. So you are tethering to these people that are on the verge of awakening. And when you snap back, you're going to bring their energies with you.
Are some people just meant to stay in the, if it splits, their soul's meant to stay in the kind of the dark side of the split?
Yes, it is a part of the learning process.
My question, thank you.
Some souls that stay in that darkness will evolve and they will learn. And as they cross over, they will share this knowledge and it will be put in the Akashic realms. And the information will be utilized in ways that it needs to be used. So everything has a purpose.
Anybody else? No? Anything else that you feel we should know?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Thank you. Any messages for Ashley?
I think I've given her enough messages over the last 2 weeks.
Fair enough. All right, thank you.
Oh, God. Ugh. That was hard. I can feel myself like trying to jump back in.